All right, y'all, it is now recording. So I'm going to share screen again. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for being here on time. I do appreciate it. And I know James does as well. He's going to be your facilitator today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. And we are going to open up with gratefulness. KJ, you want to start us off?
I'm grateful for another day to be here. To keep it simple, I'm grateful just to be alive. I'm grateful for the support system that I have right now in my life. And I'll pass it on to Dennis.
I'm just grateful for just being, in the moment right now, just being where I want to be in my life. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to step up my game in my life. If I can change anything about myself, what would it be?
I'm happy to hear that, dude.
Probably, I don't know, be more funny.
That's a good one. All right, go ahead, Dennis, pass it.
Okay, so I guess I'll give it to Rashid.
I'm grateful for just having people that could keep me in check whenever I lose track of myself. And if I could change anything, it would be my procrastination and my work ethic. I choose Paulo.
I'm grateful for everybody around my life that really affects me, and I'm grateful for them because they really support me in everything I do. And yeah, I'll pass it on to. I'll go to Rav.
I'm grateful for my family, my friends. They always keep me up when I'm down. And one thing that I would change is my work ethic, because it'll be rapid and then just gone and then back to rapid. So I'm just trying to work on my consistency right there. I'll pass it on to Kellen.
I'm grateful for my friends. They've been supporting me. My girlfriend especially, she supports me a lot. And my mom too, you know, taking care of me and all that, if I could change anything, it'd probably be maybe like thinking ahead. I think ahead too much instead of just focusing on right now, what I can change right now. And I get ahead of myself, and it ends up, if I want something to happen, I'm thinking ahead to that. It ends up not happening because I'm thinking too far ahead instead of what can I do right now. Yeah, that's a big issue I have. I'll pass it to Rashid.
What? I just got here. I don't know what's going on.
No, you're good, man. So we're opening up with gratefulness, and we have an icebreaker question. So what are you grateful for? And if you could change anything about yourself, what would it be?
I'm grateful for a healthy life, and if I could change something about myself, I don't know, maybe like make myself a little taller. I don't really know.
All right. And then you pass it on to someone.
I'll pass it on to Joaquin.
Joaquin, I know you're going to use the chat function. I'll share yours when you type it. I'll go. Well, actually, let's see. You throw it in the chat. He's grateful for life and all of his organs working. That's great.
That's definitely a big thing.
Yeah, that's a real one right there. What I'm grateful for is I'm grateful for my family's health. I'm grateful for my fiance's health. I'm grateful for pretty much being able to end out the year strong and knowing that I made some type of change, in myself, and I'm a little bit better than I was in the beginning of the year. And something that I would definitely change about myself is probably my height. I'd probably want to be a little taller too. Go ahead, James. I'm knocking it to you.
Man, for me, I'm grateful for all the mothers out there. The mother of my child. My mom passed when I was younger, but I'm grateful for all the mothers. My sister, my family members. They do a lot, which a lot of people don't see. They really help us along the way of this path called life. So I'm really grateful for all the women in my life, in and out. Um, if I could change something, I think I would change. I have a tendency to, when something doesn't work out, to find my way around it, and then I'll always take that path. I won't ever go back to the same path that that failed me. And I mean, life is all about making mistakes, and then correcting those mistakes as well. So if you don't make mistakes, you'll never find out the true path. So with that, it's like, I wouldn't say I'm on the wrong path, but my path is kind of obscured because of that. So I would probably change the way I kind of view problems and how I kind of attack them. And do we have anybody else that needed to go?
I think we got to.
Yeah. I don't think I went.
Oh yeah, go ahead, JR. My bad.
Oh, you fine. One thing I'm grateful for is just probably just seeing the other day and like being like more like open-minded. Like I'm grateful for being open-minded because just being in like programs like this help you just think different. So I'm happy for like being in this program. And something I would change is probably my mindset, because I feel like if I'm passionate about something, I don't really consider other people's decisions off the choice I made. So probably just think a little different when it comes to like big choices.
All right.
Definitely. Every decision you make, it changes some other people that's around you as well. So you got to always think about that.
Definitely. So we're gonna hop into the topic here, and the topic actually came from James. James came up with the topic for this session, y'all. So we're gonna talk about future and motivation. And I'm gonna start off with the first question. So what type of motivation is missing from your everyday lives? And I'll be first. The type of motivation that's missing from my everyday life, and I know it's probably like I'm trying to get ready for it, but I my own family, my own little family. Like I have family members around me, but what I'm missing in my life is like a child or a dog or just something that I can show love to as well. You know what I mean? I'm gonna knock it to you. I'm gonna knock it back to you, James, and then you can bounce it from there.
What type of motivation I'm missing in my everyday life? So not a lot of people in the world is going to, I guess, pat you on the back or say you're doing a good job. So for me, that's, even though we live our life not trying to prove anything to anybody else, we still want that kind of gratification from our family members that, we're on the right path. I wouldn't say I tend to not like, or my motivation, it kind of differs just when people doesn't like, you're doing a hard job and a person doesn't acknowledge you, and that happens a lot. And some people have to cope with, not getting that fast answer, So that's my thing for what I'm missing in my motivation is that approval from other people that make sure you're doing the right job. Because you can go astray and then you could be doing the right job 1 minute and then the next day you could be doing the job bad. Nobody will tell you, you will never know. And they just look at you as like, a bad employee or a bad person. So that's what I'm missing in mine. Let's kick it off to Dennis. How about you?
Type of motivation missing from my everyday life. Honestly, I'm not really sure. I guess it's more like, I don't know. I guess it's more like trust, because sometimes I felt like, I'm not saying my coworkers are ones I trust, but I just feel like some of the people that I'm hanging with, I'm with, they don't trust me enough to understand my motivation, because I felt like it needs to be built up on it. You need someone to trust you to know what you're doing, and if that trust is broken, then it just makes you feel less motivated.
Definitely. Loyalty is a big key.
I'll pass it on to Rashid.
about you, Rashid? If we can't speak right now, what's the question? Our question to Rashid was going to be, what type of motivation is missing from your everyday life?
So while he types that, we could move forward. You could choose anyone else, Dennis.
All right, I go with Callan.
I think the motivation I'm missing is like not getting results. I'd say like one example I can think of is like working out. Like that's something I really have to find motivation in myself to do. Like especially like after work, it's like late. You know, I'm trying to sleep and eat after work, but so I have to really find that motivation in myself before I work out. Um, but one thing that helps with the motivation is getting results from working out. You know, say my body looks nicer, you know, I want to work out more. But see, if those results don't come, then like I'm not motivated to work out. So I mean, I bet you could apply that to a lot of things in life. You know, if you're not getting results fast enough, you're less motivated to do it. So I just think that um, results inspire motivation, you know. I'll pass it
Definitely
on to
does.
Paulo.
Paolo, you there?
Paulo?
I'm here. My bad.
You're good, man.
Type of motivation I'm for sure missing right now is maybe a partner, a love maybe. I feel like having that will motivate me even more to be myself or be my own person or even in anything I do. Yeah. I'll pass it on to who else is there? Prachi.
For me, I'd say just being really good at something is what I'm missing from my life. Like, there's nothing that I'm like 100% good at, or like I feel like I'm above average at. So I feel like if I had something like that, that would motivate me to do other stuff to continue my goals, I guess. Yeah.
And passing it off to
Uh, Ralph.
Who you
The
pass?
motivation I'm missing for my life is probably going back to what James said, the reassurance, the patting on the back, I just want to hear a good job every once in a while, you don't really get that. It's real rewarding when you hear it, especially when you work hard. But when you don't get it, it feels like they take away from your work, and it's just nice to hear.
Definitely, definitely.
I'll pass it on to Junior.
So we have him writing in the chat. He says, first Rashid, I'm not sure if we checked on Rashid. Rashid said the motivation I have been missing is my peers, my direct age with similar drives and goals. So yeah, same people, same type of same goals. It's hard to get a job with the same type of people you're around. You're always around a whole bunch of different type of people. So I can definitely understand that. Joaquin said we need more meditation, higher self, and more people that has more wisdom. Definitely, Joaquin. A lot of the old generation ends up dying off and doesn't leave the knowledge for the younger generation, or the younger generation doesn't know how to accept that knowledge and or research that knowledge and go back and to gain it. So definitely, if we could figure out a way to keep what our grandmothers and grandfathers know and pass it on down, it will definitely be a big help. And so next we're going to go with,
I think
you
we
pick
said
somebody
JR.
JR?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you ask the question again, please? Can you hear me?
So yeah, we can hear you,
Yeah,
JR.
we can hear you.
I said, what was the question? This is kind of loud. It's kind of loud over here.
The question. Let's see. The question is, what type of motivation is missing from your everyday life?
I'll say like emotionally motivated. Like these days, I just don't be like in the mood for it. Like not even in the mood, but I just ain't emotionally attached to what I'm doing or my craft or just the people around me. So that take a big toll on like motivating me if my feelings ain't really in or if I don't have a drive to do it.
That's true. Motivation is definitely a big key. That. And JR, did you want to pass it to somebody else as well?
Who hasn't went yet? If you don't mind me asking.
Let's see. Anybody who hasn't went yet with the first question? Okay, we got all you, Rashid. I think we got the first question answered. We're going to move on to the second question. Second question is going to be, what is your current motivation for the new year? Let's see, I'll start that one. My current motivation for the new year is I want to get a nice apartment, a better apartment. Just a whole bunch of stuff, to be honest. Like shoes, I see new shoes coming out every week. I'll be wanting them. I'll be wanting new cars. I'll be wanting all kind of stuff. So I guess my motivation is just to have a better source of income for 2022. Everything has gone up in price. Minimum wage is slowly going up, but it hasn't reached where we wanted to reach yet. So I would say my motivation is money, just to support my family, support myself. And I'll pass that on to Robert.
Whew, my current motivation for the new year, honestly, is the harder I work, the better my results. And what I mean by that is all of you know, well, if you don't know, I am U.S. Army National Guard. So I was working the fires over from like August to November. I was up north helping out with those fires that you guys have been watching on the news. And I did such a good job that my sergeant put in a good word for me, and I'm E5 promotable. And what that means is my hard work, you know, it made a difference. It had a end goal there. But same thing on my civilian side, with my civilian work is, you know, working with you guys. The motivation to keep working with students just like you, to keep having more sessions like this, to keep talking about these issues that I'm pretty sure none of you really talk about with anybody unless you have a therapist or a counselor, or you're really close to someone who you can talk to these things about, who knows, you know, how to respond, or knows the knowledge already behind the topic. You feel me? See, Joaquin, he got one with his OG. Same thing here. I got one with like two of my mentors. And again, to circle back, my motivation is to keep changing lives and to better people's lives in any possible way that I can make an impact in. That's my current motivation for the new year. And I'm going to go with Raf to go next.
My current motivation for the new year is my grades. You know, I got to make sure it's my junior year, so I really got to step it up this year. And I want to get a job going into 2022, and just trying to make my parents proud. I'll go with Kellen.
My current motivation for the new year is money. You know, of course, trying to get more money, and especially new experiences. Like I want to do a bunch of new stuff I never did before. You know, like turning 16 in like it was sometime during quarantine, like a while ago. But I don't know how long ago it was, but I got my license, so I had more freedom. So with that more freedom came like stuff I never did before, you know, going out by myself, like driving to like different places that are like far away, you know, so it's just a lot more freedom. So I'm hoping when the license, like I have to have it for like a year to be able to drive people around, or like I have to be like a certain age. Yeah, that's what it is. So when I turn that age, I think it's like 17, I can drive people around legally. I mean, I've been doing it, but my mom will finally let me since it's legal, you know.
Yeah.
Don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble.
Yeah, don't get in trouble. But
you don't want you to get in trouble.
To answer that question, 18 with someone over the age of 25 in the car with you who has a valid license, and then 21 you're on your own.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a year with the license or something.
Nah, it's a year with the license, and then you can apply for your license early at 17. But even then, you still got to drive with someone 25 or older.
All right, I gotta check on
yeah.
that thing. But yeah, mostly just new experiences with that for the new year.
Mhm.
I'll pass it on to Prashit.
I'm just trying to better myself in any way I can. Whenever that's like becoming more educated, working out more. Also, I want to get a job too, so making money and honestly just becoming a better person by the end of 2022. I'll pass it on to Dennis.
Current motivation for the new year. Well, I guess it's already been said already, but money. It's not a really good one, but things are just getting tight and harder. I want to try to better myself and get into that position where I want to be in. I mean, a few of you figured it out. I want to try to get promoted, try to get to that place where, because being an adult's hard. I'll just say that. And money does make things a little easier, which is kind of sad when you think about it. But money makes the world go round.
If we did have money, you'd be selling 2 goats and a horse. So raising those 2 goats and a horse is a little bit harder than working a 9-hour shift at Wendy's. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy as well.
Yeah. Unless Jeff Bezos is willing to pay me $1 million to say something nice about him, I think I'll be,
Who's next, Dennis?
Who else hasn't gone yet?
Paulo.
Yeah, go with him. Paulo, yeah.
So for sure, my current motivation for the new year is making money. I know everybody wants to make money, but I really want to take my barber stuff to the next level. Learn new things. I know 2021 was a great year for me with my with what I do. Met a whole lot of new people and made a whole lot of money, to be honest. But for 2022, I just want to take that to another level and bring myself up and be a better person, be a better version of myself. Yeah. I don't really know who else hasn't gone yet, so.
Let's see. Does anybody else need to answer the question?
Me, I think I ain't answered the question, man.
Go ahead, JR.
So, what's the question? I'm so sorry. I'm just occupied right now.
It's okay. The question was, what is it? What type of what is your current motivation for the new year?
I'll say it was helping people. Like, I feel like I did cool this year, but I feel like in some departments I was still selfish. There's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like I could lend it more of a handout to like those who needed it. So moving forward into like 2022, I just want to be like more helpful.
Okay. Definitely helps to be more helpful in the world. If everybody's helpful, we all can get through the day. Yeah. So we're gonna move on to the third question. And the third question is going to be, what are some issues of motivation in modern society?
I'll let you start that one off.
Man, what are some issues of motivation in modern society? I touched on it briefly earlier. Society doesn't really like to give you a pat on the back, tell you, you're doing a good job. Whether it's people being shy, whether people are just being very observant, they tend to miss that. And you can't get caught up when people do miss that. You got to understand that you're doing the best job possible, and you got to leave comfortable with doing that job. Try not to take nothing home. Try to take nothing for granted. Because at the end of the day, it's just a job. We're all human. We all make mistakes. So in modern society, I think when people don't give a person that not instant gratification, but just a heads up, it kind of just leads down the road to where you asking yourself questions like, am I doing this right? Or, am I doing this wrong? And then you start you start downplaying yourself, and then you lose your, I was saying, a little bit of your workability. So I think it's people, motivational wise, that they need to kind of step up outside that sees what you're doing on the inside. I'll pass that on to Robert.
Show for me, some things or some issues, honestly, of motivation that modern society doesn't take into account would have to be I had the answer as soon as I
it's a hard one, I know.
yeah, no, it is. It's one you really got to think about. What are some issues of motivation in modern society? What is it? One of you said procrastinating. When you're a procrastinator, you know, that motivation kind of slips away from you, and it kind of makes you feel lethargic or lazy, or like as you said, am I doing this correctly? Should I be doing this at all? Why am I doing this? So I think a more clearer path for motivation would have to be letting go of procrastination, and then also being motivated to want to do something that you're interested in or you need to do. You know, for example, Raf said his grades, right? So that's something that is not a want, it's a need. He needs to get that done. For example, me personally, I want a new truck, but in order to get a new truck, I need to excel and get promoted and make more income. So there's always a track to, you know, modern issues for having to speak on motivation. But that's where I'm gonna leave that at. I actually want to share Rashid's. So many issues of motivation is people are getting their motivation from sources that may not be the best for them. So I really like what he put there, because you can get your motivation from negativity. And if you get it from negativity, 9 times out of 10, your outcome would not be the outcome that you've wanted, you know, per se. But moving forward, I will go with Paulo.
Some issues of motivation today is probably excuses. Some people have way too many excuses for things. And like if they want to do something, they have an excuse not to do it. And if it's something they need to do, say grades, like you need this, you know, there's an excuse like, oh, I don't have time to do my work or something. So a lot of people just use excuses, and you know, they don't have enough motivation for that.
Good answer.
Who's next, Paulo?
I'll get Joaquin.
Joaquin.
Joaquin? Yeah, Joaquin, he types.
He types.
Yeah. Let's go with Callan for now, and then when Joaquin comes in, when he puts his in, I'll read it out.
Okay.
Some issues. I say people
5044.
They like expect a handout. I feel like, you know, they don't realize that building up their knowledge about something is more like beneficial for them than just going at it like without knowing whatever you're trying to do, you know. They don't take the time to invest in their selves, and then it comes up in like I don't know what the phrase is, like it just comes back to bottom, you know. If they don't think about it before, they don't take the time to learn about it so they can better themselves. And yeah, I also like what Paulo said with the excuses. They use excuses a lot, you know. Yeah, that's kind of all I got for that one.
Okay.
Who hasn't
Great answer as well. I think Joaquin and Rashid typed.
Yeah, I read Rashid's. If you want to read
Okay.
Joaquin's, it's good. It's a good one.
Okay, let me read Rashid's. Let me get to the chat part. I'm like, how you bring up the chat screen?
You want me to read it?
More.
I can read it.
I got it.
Okay, cool.
Joaquin said, we need to find higher self and lower self. Would disappear higher self is love, justice, right? And I forgot last, but it is important too. Peace. So higher self and lower self. So higher self and lower self. I think Joaquin is talking about self-love, self-esteem, maybe.
It's also about humbling yourself. So he's talking about when you find your higher self and you lower, you know, your greed, you lower your lethargy, you lower your loathing, and you let yourself you know, put your all into what you're focusing in on. Well, you'll have a peace of mind at the end of it, because you're not coming at it as how Rashid said it. You're not coming at it at a negative standpoint. You're coming at it with positivity, love, and, you know, justice, and you want to do it right. So it's important to not only find your motivation, but to find it in a positive manner, but then to also know that you're going to have a peace of mind after you finish you know, whatever it is you're focusing on, or if it's like a long life journey, you know, you still have that peace of mind to know that you're okay with where you're at.
Good answer. Great answer.
All right, let's go with Dennis.
The misuse of motivation in modern society, I guess it's really empathy, because other people can motivate you to be the best yourself, but they can also lower your standards and make you your worst selves, because some people can't understand what you're going through. You know what I mean? Empathy.
Yeah, definitely true.
Because if you can empathize with people like, yeah, I've been there, I've done that. It just feels, you know, how do I say it? Like, you've been there, done that, and I'm going to help you get there too, you know? Because the best motivation is those that can relate to you. And the worst kind of motivation is those who don't understand what you're going through. Robots. Mars robot weirdo. Yeah.
All right, who's next, Dennis? So we've heard from Callan, Paolo, I think Raph. We haven't heard from you, right?
Raph said he would be. Here you go.
Yeah, I think the thing that we're what is it, that the lack of motivation is that the question?
Issues of motivation in modern society.
Issues with motivation in modern society. I think it's the lack thereof of motivation. You know, because people don't really care anymore about what you're going through. You know, it's just, you know, the lack thereof, and with the lack existing, you know, you're not gonna have anything to push you along. So you're just running on fumes right there.
Yeah.
When you're running on fumes, guys, I just want you to always think about not doing this for anybody else but yourself. One day you'll realize it, that a lot of people's opinions don't really matter, because you're living your own life and you're in charge of your own life. So at the end of it all, you need to be happy with the decisions you make. And if it is a mistake, it's a mistake. Go on. It's the another day is another, you know what I'm saying? Another time to improve. So just keep it pushing. And then who is next?
JR, have you shared?
No, I have not shared. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yep.
I tried to put these headphones on so I can get the conversation. Is the question motivations in modern society, or
Yeah. So what are the issues of motivation in modern society? Like what's the problem with motivation in modern society?
I feel like we got individual mindsets. Like, we think about ourselves before the community.
Definitely.
We don't like, we're so stuck in self that when the next person is down or something, we don't see how that can reflect on us. Because I don't know the parable exactly, but it's like we could do more as a community than individually. You know what I mean?
Yeah, more as a team than single.
Yeah, 'cause you know, you may feel like you're talented or you can do a lot in certain areas. 2 or 3 more people or a group can make you do even more than you thought you could even do, make you accomplish more than you even thought of. So I feel like a lack of togetherness and a lack of community in our society really is really like going against motivation, not helping motivation on the community. Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah, we hear you.
yeah. That was a good answer, JR.
Appreciate it.
I think we heard from everyone. We can get to that last one.
Moving on to the next question. What is the best and healthy way to communicate your problems for future use?
Can I start this one?
Me. Oh, go ahead, JR.
I would say it's like learning how to better communicate your problems and issues, because like I feel like there's a lot of us like going through stuff and we want the help, but not knowing how to express ourselves or how to seek the help is really holding us back from getting the help we need or accessing the things we need.
Yeah, absolutely right. Great answer. And then we're moving on next, JR. You want to pick somebody?
Before I pick somebody, anybody want to volunteer or?
Yeah, just pick somebody.
My boy Dennis is getting there.
The best and healthy way to communicate your problems for future use.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta find something. You gotta really just like hit the problem before it gets really bigger. So I say you talk it out with someone that you can trust, who you can confide in. You can't just be like someone that can understand what you're going through. At least someone will give you that motivation, that pep that you need,
Correct.
I ain't gonna trust a weirdo stranger that I pay $50 an hour for at the therapist office. Get back to work, Kevin. You're not helping me. Oh, right.
The therapists are there to help you though. It is a big misconception that they're not there to help you. They're not there to do their job. Those people who usually do therapy usually have a big heart. Usually have compassion, enough patience to endure that whole program and endure a lot of different clients. Because when a therapist see you, he's just not just seeing one person a day. He's seeing over maybe 40 people a day, talking about a lot of different problems. So even therapists are human. They go through different things as well, and that's something you guys need to be aware of as well. Yeah.
But I think the thing about therapists, between the trusted friends, your friend will be there to support you. A therapist will like get over it or like get antidepressants or something.
Well, I want to piggyback off of you, Dennis.
Yeah.
Real quick. So what you're talking about is clinical support.
Yeah.
Through a therapist, and through a friend, that would be emotional support. There's 2 separate tracks per anyone you bring into your life, whether it's emotional, motivational, clinical, healthcare. There's always an individual who wants to help. How they help really depends on you, on how you take the help. Some may help and some may not. But I did want to just share that, and I will move forward with the question to bring it back and to circle it back, because I don't want to track. So
No problem.
Yeah, you're good, Dennis. Thank you for sharing though. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dennis.
I think I made a little went over on that one, but yeah, that's a good point.
Thank you.
Of course. Callan.
I think the best and healthy way to communicate your problem, I think it's just recognizing it and admitting it to yourself. Like, you don't have to say anything to anyone. It's really just like yourself, like you just have to do it like yourself, like other people they'll be there to support you.
Okay.
And they can help, but it's all on you, It's recognizing it.
I'll restart it myself in a second. I'll just restart it.
I think recognizing it, like, and just having that in the back of your head can just help you with the day-to-day problems, you know, just in the back of your head. I mean, it's helped me, you know, just thinking about that and admitting it to myself, especially, you know. I'll pass it to Raf.
Uh, the best and healthy way to communicate my problems with future use. I say the best way for me to communicate my problems is through my friends. Uh, maybe not all of them, but like a few of them, like my closer ones, because they're the ones that really know everything that's happening in my life, and you know, it's just a good shoulder to lean on. You know, great support, and they always got me. Uh, I pass it on to Paulo if he hasn't won already.
For me, it's probably the same as Raf. I like going to my friends or even family. I have a lot of cousins that are always there to help me. I like talking it out. I'm not good at keeping things to myself, and when I do, it's kind of hard for me, and I think about it too much. And I like talking to someone, and I for sure have talked to Raf many times, even recently, about my problems and anything that's going on in my life, with other people or in my family. And a lot of my friends have helped me as well. And sometimes I'll talk to my parents, but it's not as much as I'll talk to other people about my problems. I'll pass it on to I'll pass it on to Prachi.
I honestly agree with what Paulo and Raf said, but I think that friends and family also need to find another difference between clinical support and emotional support. Because like I've heard like some friend groups get mad at each other when like they expect clinical support when they just need emotional support, or they get the two mixed up. And that often it often doesn't, it leads to a miscommunication between the two. And I think we just need to normalize communicating about what we want instead of expecting others to know what we want.
I like
Great
that.
answer.
I'll go next. So I heard everyone say friends, family, you know, self. However, what I do, and this is all me, personal experience here, what I do is I find healthy outlets. So I work on my truck. I work on my mom's car. I play video games. I make food. I find healthy outlets to get out, you know, what I'm feeling if I have no one to talk to. And even if I have no one to talk to, what if I'm not ready to talk? You know, what if I'm not ready to like share how I feel? So instead of going to someone and trying to explain how I feel, I kind of just, you know, roll with the punches like everyone else. As you know, James said, we're all human. Um, yeah, man, I go through stuff too, but having a healthy outlet to let go of anger, sadness, those negative emotions is what's really going to help you young men um, go far. Whether, like I said, whether that's, you know, you driving, you taking a long drive down to the beach, or Raf, you know, you working out, or you like you hyper focus into your grades, right? Or Paolo, you know, your friends, you know, what if you go on a bike ride with your homies, or you go down to the park, you know, there's always a friend or someone to like lean on. There's always clinical help. But when you find that niche, when you find that healthy outlet that you love to do, you know, don't let go of that. Don't let go of that passionate, you know, feeling of having that healthy outlet, because 9 times out of 10, you know, God forbid, knock on wood, everyone just falls off the face of the earth. Like you know, like no one wants to talk to you. No one wants to be around you. How do you solve that problem then? You know, if you don't want to seek clinical support and you don't have any friends and you don't want to do this and that and the other, well, then your healthy outlet is the way to go, because it'll release all of that emotion that is built up inside you. And you know, speaking to your point, same thing, Paulo. I for a very long time I've held the stuff in, And, you know, everyone says, you know, don't bottle it up. Don't put a cork on the bottle and just like let it all, you know, kind of fester. You know, you're gonna explode at some point. And, you know, again, speaking from experience, it's happened to me. I'm human. You know, I've exploded at many points in my life. However, I learned my healthy outlets. So I do encourage you, and going into next year, you all find a healthy outlet and you all run with it for as long as you can. You know, there's multiple healthy outlets. But yeah, that's my piece in this for you guys. I will go with KJ. I haven't heard from you. I want to know your thoughts on this last question.
I kind of feel agree with Callan on this one. Like you gotta recognize the problem yourself and be aware of yourself. And yeah, sometimes like for myself, I write down my problems. Like I'm a writer, so you know, just writing down whatever's going on, my day-to-day life, whatever issues I might have, is helpful for me. Really.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Did anyone else not share?
I didn't share, but I had a question.
Go ahead.
I had a question. I know a lot of people saying a lot of stuff, but I mean, I know none of y'all cry. Like, I know, I mean, males ain't supposed to show emotion like that. I get it, you know what I'm saying? But like, I just gotta find out a ticket because my car was towed, right? I had to drop a couple of tears. So that was kind of a, you know what I'm saying? If you hold a lot of anger and aggression and a lot of negative emotion in, that feeling, it just stays there. I mean, it really does help to get it out. You know, sometimes like I go in the corner by myself and just let out a little, you feel me? Nobody got to see, you feel me? But like, I'd be like, come on, like, you know, but that, and like just praying, you know what I'm saying? Praying to God, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that there's a higher power that's going to steer me into everything positive and steer me away from negative things. That is a big one. But, you know, let your emotions, a lot of people, I think when you don't let your emotions out, a lot of stuff get bottled up. Anger, sadness, despair, depression, you know what I'm saying? So crying is actually your body's way of releasing all those negative emotions and those negative toxins. You know, a person who doesn't cry, I'm scared of, because that's a whole different type of animal, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a lot of things don't go according to plan. All you guys need to do is take a deep breath and then reevaluate the situation. When you don't take a deep breath and you just go forward, you end up stepping on toes, you end up running people over. If you stop to think, and when you stop to think, a person you don't have to be rushed. A person cannot rush you in thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just stop, take your time, breathe, like, you know what, I got this. It's not a life or death situation. You know what I'm saying? And until it becomes one, then you snap like that. But a lot of work ethics, a lot of your community and environment is never a life or death situations. I know a lot of you'll feel that way. Being broke might be a life or death situation, but as long as you have friends, as long as you talk to people and have us around, you guys will always be okay and taken care of. Yeah, that's all I got for that one.
And then to also add to that, you know, being in these groups, this is kind of your healthy outlet as well. This is your, you know, time to really share how you feel, share, you know, personal experiences. When the recording's off of, you know, of course, I don't want you guys sharing personal stories if you don't want to. But see, I'm an open book. Like, my stories on my old high school website. I've gone through foster care, juvenile hall. I've gone through homelessness. I've gone days where my family didn't eat. I've gone days where my family had an abundance. Like, you're speaking to someone who has so much life experience. And same thing with James and KJ. You know, we're here for you if you need someone to talk to. All you got to do is reach out to KJ, because, you know, that's your coordinator. You know, I want to go through the processes first, but you reach out to him. You say, hey, I want to get on a phone call, or I want to hop on a call with Robert real quick because I got something I need to get off my chest, or even, you know, KJ is willing to listen to you guys too. But moral of the story, I'm happy to hear that all of you have motivation for 2022, and I'm super happy that you guys are addressing your emotional kind of issues right now, and you're getting to know healthier ways to kind of deal with it. And that's the whole preface for these meetings, is to learn a new skill set that I, James, KJ, Marcus White, which is the licensed clinician who comes on here, he's a doctor, and anyone else who is a facilitator that I bring in. I'm very tight knit with my facilitators, and they'll tell you, I need to get to know you before I even put you in a room with a whole bunch of young people who need to learn, a little bit more about themselves. So I want you guys to take that with a grain of salt, and just know that I'm super proud of all of you. I'm proud of where you're going. I'm proud that you're alive and you're still here with us, because I know a lot of young people right now. And even if, I'm 22, I know people last year and even this year who lost their lives, right? So I'm thankful every single day that I get to see the individuals whose lives not only I've changed, but who's also changed mine. Because being in these sessions, y'all are changing my life too, from knowing your guys' experiences, from hearing you guys out, from
awareness.
Yep, exactly. So I'm gonna leave it there. Does anyone else have anything to share? The floor is now open. We are heading to our closing remarks and the end of our session, but I do want anyone, if you feel like sharing, this is your time now.
Statement. Oh, go ahead.
Let me add one more thing. If anybody is looking for a job, please reach out to the program and to the staff. There's always jobs that they're hiring like crazy right now for our holidays. So if you all guys want to make some extra money, I'm a manager at Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? If somebody wants to start in the coffee industry, I also went to school for barbering as well. So if anybody have any questions on life or anything, feel free to reach out and talk to us, because that's what we're here for. We're here for you guys.
All right, go ahead, JR.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sir.
Y'all just gonna share some words of positivity. Just let everybody just keep their head up and just keep going hard for the people you love, man. That's all you can really do. You feel me? At times of like discomfort where you don't know what to go, just keep your loved ones in mind and just grind hard. I wish us all the best for real.
Definitely. Thank you for that.
Right on.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I just want to say to all of you young men out there, I'm glad you're lucky to have this moment, an opportunity to talk with someone who can understand and relate to you. Growing up, I didn't have that in my own way. But, I'm just so glad to hear you guys that you want to change yourself. You want to become better people. You want to succeed in this world, and you're not giving up yet, This is the kind of motivation you need to make it through life. Are there times that you will fail? Yes, but there are more times that you will succeed. And if you don't fail, you'll never know what it means to truly succeed.
Wise words.
Thank you,
Dennis.
Dennis.
Yeah, I feel like an old man.
I salute that, man. I salute that.
Wise words. Thank you, Dennis.
Anybody else?
I just want to say thank you for this program. I learned a lot about myself and my friends through this. I feel like I grew over the month, and I would definitely do it again, and I'll recommend it to my friends later on if this internship ever happens again.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, there'll be more on that. KJ will reach out, and he knows more about it. Staff obviously knows more about it, but we'll get back to you guys next year about the program. Anybody else?
Callan typed in the chat, I liked reflecting on myself. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Callan.
For sure.
I said, I really appreciate you guys being here for us. I'm definitely gonna come to you guys to just talk and everything. I learned a lot about myself for sure. Learned a lot of ways to cope with anything and everything for real. Really appreciate that. Thank you guys for being there for us, being there for everybody, being there for me. That's it.
Thank you, Paulo. Okay. Anybody else with any closing remarks or anything else? Nope.
All right. I think we all golden. All right, y'all. Well, again, thank you all for showing up to the session on time.
Merry Christmas, you
Yeah.
guys.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
I believe there's a barbecue coming up on the 16th.
17th.
I believe 17th.
So
I wish I could be
Mhm.
there. I might not be able to make it. I have to work, but I will definitely try to come by and meet all you guys in person.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure all of you know about the barbecue on the 17th. It's the holiday party. And also your guys' last check day to come pick up y'all's check. So for sure, come pick up some Christmas money for the holidays. And yeah, nah, man, for sure. Like, just keep it real with yourselves coming into next year. Don't feel like you have to hide yourself, and don't feel like you have to hide your emotions and hide the way you want to move. You know, it's all
Facts.
about maneuvering and pivoting as a young man in this world, especially a young man of color. And again, if you need any support or assistance, you got a whole team now behind you.
Please reach out. Please.
Yeah, you know, let it go, let it go. Can't hold it
Dennis hit it. All right.
Thank you, Robert, for being a facilitator today and all the
Let
questions.
it go.
All right.
And slam the door.
So I'm gonna stop sharing. All
All
right.
right, Dennis.
What
Thank you,
they're
Dennis.
going to say. Let the storm rain.
So we'll close out with Dennis singing for everybody, you guys. Thank you for coming in today. And I hope to see you at the barbecue. Thank you, Robert, for your facilitation and everything else. You're great, awesome. And once again, Robert has started, he came a long way. You guys, he is really your guys' OG. He has been through everything you guys have been through. I have been through the same thing Robert's been through. And we're extremely proud of each other and proud of you guys. So thank you. Have a good day, have a good holiday, and be safe, guys.